Hey folks, today I'd like to talk about U.S. savings bonds. And the only way you can buy them is directly from the United States government website, which is treasurydirect.gov. It's the only place to buy and redeem your U.S. savings bonds. And let's look at the rates here. Today on Series EE savings bonds, rates right now are 2.1%, but on the Series I, which is very intriguing right now, is 6.89%. They also offer some 10-year notes and 30-year bonds, but those are marketable securities. So let's take a look at the Series I savings bonds. So what they do is they protect you from inflation. So you earn a fixed rate and a rate that changes with inflation, and the government updates this every 6 months. But currently it's 6.89%, which is phenomenal. These are savings bonds are risk-free. You don't have to worry about logging into your account, and it's down 20 or 30%, like it could be in the stock market. So I think this is a great way to kind of earmark your cash, some of your cash, to Series I savings bonds. So they can earn interest for 30 years unless you cash them beforehand. The interest on the bonds, it's added every 6 months. You're probably wondering, well, what are the stipulations? Well, you can't redeem your bonds until after 12 months. So a minimum of 12 months, and if you cash in before 5 years, you give up 3 months of interest. So for example, if you cash in a bond after 18 months, you get the first 15 months of interest. So still a pretty good deal, and it's safe. The other nice thing is that there's no state or local income tax on your interest from these bonds. So that's nice. That could save you a little bit of money right there. You do pay federal income tax, though, on the interest. The other nice thing is that the minimum to purchase is only $25. So you can buy in increments of $25 or more for the electronic I bonds. You are limited to a $10,000 maximum per year that you can put in there, which can be a lot. But for the higher income earners, that could be doable. Let's take a look at the. They have a growth calculator on their website here. So just for an example, I put in 10,000, and we're going to say annually. Now the expected interest rate, I just selected 3%. I know it's higher right now because inflation is higher, but just as a kind of a more conservative number, I put in a 3% rate. And we're going to say years invested 30. And you can put in your federal tax rate here. It has it at 24%. You can adjust that if you want. So let's calculate it. So here we go. $10,000 every year for 30 years, earning 3%. By purchasing U.S. savings bonds in 30 years, your investment could be worth over $430,000. That's a lot. And that would be continuing to earn interest every year. So say 3% of 3% of 433,000. So you're going to be collecting interest of about 13,000 a year on that. That's some pretty good, safe, risk-free, very stable interest income. So definitely something to consider adding to your investment portfolio. Now, of course, you're probably thinking, oh, well, you can make a lot more in the stock market. Well, historically, the returns in the stock market are much more, but you'd want to compare these savings bonds to other like cash equivalents. You're not going to be able to get this in a checking or a savings account, this type of return. The other thing I would mention is if you do set this up, make sure that you add it's always good to add beneficiaries to your account. I don't think they allow joint accounts. It's only per Social Security number. So you'd have to add a beneficiary, which is always a smart thing to do.